Hello, beautiful souls. I know this year I have not been on much, and I do apologize. I do hope that this new year has had a wonderful beginning for all of you, though it must be a very slow start. I'm aware of that, and which is why I have not done any special predictions or anything as in for the new year, and I will talk about it maybe in this video at a later stage or in my next live video, which I know I have not done for quite some time, so I will make time for that. It's not about time. Yes, in December, I was a little caught up with the private readings for January as well as my 2019 preview readings, which was amazing, but it was also a little exhausting because I had to tap into the energies of 12 months for different people on different paths and different waves, and it was beautiful. And there is, from whatever I could see of the three different waves, one whose ascension journey will actually start this year, the other wave who it started last year or last to last year, 1.5 years ago approximately, how they are moving to the next level, and those who have been on this journey since 2012 or before, how they are getting their spiritual gifts accentuated, enhanced, sudden amazing spiritual abilities being developed, and things like telepathy and clairvoyance and psychic abilities getting huge amount of shift and change with their life mission, where they thought they were headed, and a sudden understanding and clarity why they had to go through certain situations in their life, and what was the whole meaning of certain things as a part of the journey. It's beautiful. So, I wanted to start with a beautiful vision, and yes, it's been now more than 8 9 days, and a lot of messages were coming through, so I'm going to try and remember as much as I can. But this vision was timeless, and what they kind of showed me was, initially there's a um, pond like place where twin flames are there with their divine masculines, and that pond has now turned almost like a swamp, in the sense of it's very um, sticky, muddy, because of all the toxicity that has been being released into the water, be it their personal journeys, their personal conditionings, be it from the lineage, be it from the collective, be it the social conditioning, all that's got released. That water has become very murky and muddy, and the water seems to not even be there as much. And a lot of the feminines are trying to coax the masculines to move in the other direction, where there is, you can see, clearer water. The water is flowing in the opposite direction, and so literally it was, let's go with the flow, let's move in that direction, we just have to wade through it, and then we can be in clean water. And a lot of the masculines were like, no, this is where I am, this is what is my I have responsibilities, I have obligations, how can I just leave, and things like that were their questions. And some of us started walking away regardless of whether the masculine was following or not. And a lot of the feminines were stuck there wanting to go forward, but sitting and crying because the masculines wouldn't budge, and they stayed in that murk, in the very muddy waters. It's not even water anymore, it's a sludge. And those of us who started moving with the flow reached, after a little bit of struggle, we reached a point where the water was really clear and clean but very shallow, so we could actually lie down and we enjoyed the bliss of just relaxing in the very comfortable water, while all the mud and stuff that had got stuck to us is washed away by the flowing water. And then we on the other side of the river or whatever it was, there was like a landscape. And so we a lot of us, we start, after we have rested, the rest period where you are in the void, where you feel nothing is happening, um, we go towards the we start going up into the gardens, into the lawn that we can see over there. And as you must have understood by now, it is after the initial meeting with the divine masculines and all the purging and triggers and everything, there comes a time where the divine feminine is asked to walk away from the situation and go with the flow. And then you reach a point of void or nothing much happening. What you're supposed to do post that or during that is what I'm reaching now. Is as we walk through the lawns, we come up to a house. It's a beautiful, quaint, very Victorian house, with the slanting roofs, and it's beautiful. And there's a lady there, and she's very warm and welcoming, and she congratulates us for making it through a very difficult phase, and that she knows all about it, and she's a volunteer, and she has not made the other part of the journey because she likes to help a lot of the twin flame divine feminines, especially, who make it till this stage. And she welcomes us with warm food and helps us dry our clothes, or gives those who have got very badly tattooed clothes, she gives new clothes. And there's warm tea. Yes, it was in a pot, it was not the boiled tea, it was the steeped tea, and it was very, very beautiful, served in beautiful bone china cups with those little designs. And we are laughing and we feel we have made it and everything. And we are asked to rest, and for a couple of days, and they're very comfortable beds and everything. And we are like, okay, we made it. And now, the divine masculines are going to follow or something. And we are very excited because we've got a certain validation that we are on the path and we are doing the right thing. And after a couple of days of regaining our strength and eating yummy food and all that, we are asked to go proceed to something that is, in the vision I was referring to as the enchanted forest. And so, some who were really weak or needed longer recuperation time, they stayed back, and some of us started moving towards the enchanted forest. And we were very perplexed because we had thought we are going to wait there till the divine masculines come. But as we enter the enchanted forest, we see all kind of fruits and stuff, edible stuff, after walking a while. And what that told me was, when I saw us starting to gather the various fruits and stuff, was that is the time when, after the void or the separation or the walking away from the divine masculine, the feminine is asked to focus on herself. There comes a time of nurturing herself, and then she goes out into the enchanted forest, manifesting and creating or plucking the fruits, and creating her abundance, let's say. And as we go through the forest, then the geography is a little important, okay? We then get off and we see a beach, and there's an ocean in front of that. And we have realized that our arms and our aprons are full of the fruits, but we need something better to hold the fruit, or they'll start going bad, or they'll get all the sand in it and stuff. So, after a little discussion, one of us says that she knows how to make baskets. And there are some who decide to go back into the enchanted forest to kind of get the material, the reed and the whatever leaves, dry leaf, whatever, to make the baskets to hold our fruits, while some of them were sitting with the fruit so they don't get dirty with the sand. And so one of them says, it's an enchanted forest, why can't we just manifest ready-made baskets? And there's laughter, and I say that it doesn't mean that it'll come to us ready made. Our resources, the raw material, whatever we need, the tools, that is available to us, but we have to, end of the day, create that which we need. And so some of them go in and, initially a couple of them come back and they start showing the rest of us how to make those baskets. And some of the feminines find it really hard to make those baskets. And so what I understood was there will come a time, or the time is here already, where all the divine feminines, we have been given different gifts. And some are good with one thing, some are good with psychic abilities, and some are good with the pep talks, and some are good with helping with the inner child healing. But somebody is very good with investment, for example. Someone is very good with working with their hands, for example. And so we will be pooling together our resources, dividing our labor, so all of us can benefit from each other as a collective. It's no longer about me, my journey, my masculine, and my thing. We in the enchanted forest, and as we're exiting out of it, we create a very strong bond with each other. And we have understood that this is only going to work if all of us pool our resources together. And so a friend of mine comes to me, I know you know who you are, and she says to me, you know what? I rather go in, and I've realized that we haven't brought anything like the raw coconut. We won't have water. And so why don't you make a couple of baskets for yourself and make a couple of baskets for me, while I get the raw coconut for myself as well as you. And seeing that a lot of others also do that. And there are some who have, for example, plucked peaches. And so then there's a barter system. Somebody had focused on strawberries, for example, or grapes, for example, and we end up with baskets full of all kinds of fruits, and we exchange the ones that we had overlooked or not actually spent time getting. And what that told me was that just because one of us had an oversight and did not do the inner work, or did not focus on manifesting a certain skill, or a certain materialism or abundance in a certain way, now the divine feminines will be helping each other out by sharing their own tools, or how they have overcome certain challenges. So that was where all of us, now it's nearly dusk time and we are really tired, and we are wondering, should we light bonfire? And there's a lot of laughter, and we have been singing, and by, because we are so tired, we start falling silent. And as we start falling silent, some of us hear a loud noise, not a loud noise, loud noises coming from a distance. And we decide, if this is the beach, we kind of go around and turn a corner, and that there also is the beach, right? It's an ocean here. And we see at a distance, when we have to really kind of get used to the darkness and stuff, we see silhouettes of what looks like a lot of people, and they are trying to, on logs, they are pushing certain boats which they have apparently been building for the longest time. And they're trying to roll them on the logs to get them closer and closer to the ocean. And as we focus, some of them kind of see the divine feminines, and we realize those are our divine masculines. We took, you know, we got off the river, went into the house, lady's house, went to the enchanted forest, and went to the beach. Whereas what the divine masculines did after some time was they did follow the river, reached a point somewhere here, built those boats, and now here is the intersection where the destined synchronistic meeting, or when the time comes, the divine timing comes, you will find that it's not that they have not been doing anything, but to keep the faith, whether to get out of the swamp, be it to get out of that comfortable house, be it to go through the enchanted forest, be it to start building the wicker baskets, needed a lot of strength, faith, inner joy, doing it with full, uh, you know, inner joy, happiness, uh, to know that whenever it is going to happen, not looking back, not back tracing, not going backwards to see where the divine masculine is, or have they gotten out of the swamp yet or not. And that's where the vision kind of ended with us meeting with the divine masculines. And now we have food, we have coconut water, and they have got the boats ready for us to go into that ocean, the infinite uh, waters of, the 5D, or taking us to the other realm where we are going to be in harmonious unions. So that was a very beautiful, very poignant, amazing vision that I was shown, and it was shown to me in two parts in the same day, the day before the eclipse that we just had. Coming to the eclipse, this eclipse, thankfully, I had given updates to everyone who's with me on my audio groups about what to do, and it was a beautiful, it was a powerful new moon eclipse, and it was a great time to manifest and to allow the new things, which, if you have been noticing, if it has not started in as yet, it is going to start any moment now, is that you're taking baby steps, things that you've been thinking and dwelling on for the longest time. Now you're being able to take baby steps, be it to get financially in a better situation, or changing the job, or moving away from toxic people, or saying no to certain family members, or taking better care of your health. I have been pottering around, I have been freezing peas. I'm going to talk about that video as well as, I'll take 2 minutes. If you have not seen the video, it is not a complete video, but it tells you exactly what to do. And it is one of the best ways. You don't just peel your peas and chuck them in a bag and throw them in the freezer. That will never, um, they're unhygienic. The boiling water kills all the impurities, and it comes on top as the scum, and you just have to keep removing it between the batches. And it locks in as soon as you put it in the ice bath. It locks in the sweetness, and it changes color, and it retains beautiful green color. As then when you freeze it, you can have the sweet, beautiful, fresh tasting peas throughout summer or monsoon, when it is expensive or not easily available. So I've been doing that. I've been cleaning all my containers for candles. I love candles. I've been working with candles, and they had just been, I had been putting them aside, thinking I'll do it later. I've been, trying to clean them, because then I will get on to making my scented candles for manifestation and stuff. When you order those and buy those, it's really expensive, and there is always a lot of wax left over from your purchased candles. So there are a lot of small, big and small things which I'll keep telling you about. But I'm also going to, on this channel, just to share ideas and what I do, and maybe be posting a few more vlog videos, let me know what you think, or if I shouldn't, whatever, let me know what you guys think. So coming back to the eclipse energies, you will find yourself taking baby steps, but very strong, fruitful steps, where you will be feeling very confident. You will not be second guessing yourself. A lot of clarity will be coming in about situations where you've been conflicted, confused, not sure which way to go or why you're being guided to do something. You're being asked to continue talking to your angels, to your masters, and allow to be in a receptive energy, to be in your divine feminine energy of receiving from the universe. That's not to say don't do what you need to do, don't go to your job, or don't go to your gym. No, you have to continue doing what you're doing, but be open to receiving. And for that, you have to be in a space of saying yes to yourself, yes to the abundance, yes to loving yourself. You have to be saying yes, that I will continue to purge and heal and learn and grow, and not think, oh my God, this has been going on for too long. So that is something that this new moon eclipse has kind of shifted. And the great news is that now, from now till sometime in March, mid March, all the planets are direct. So if you've been wanting to start something new, be it a job, be it a new health regime, be it going out and socializing more, or not socializing, going off something, this would be the time, because you're sure to yield the kind of results you would like for yourself. Okay, this is a great time to make your vision boards, to relook at all that you went through in 2018. What did you decide you're going to let go, and to allow what to come into your life? Have at least broad strokes of that, so that you can work towards those situations and attract it. This is a wonderful, wonderful time to use every law of attraction and anything that you know as a tool for manifestation. Put them to use. Use your crystals, use your candles, use your incense, use your gratitude journal, work with Ho'oponopono, a lot of that. Now, for example, yesterday, there was an energy around me which I had to purge, and I have been really good, except for a couple of physical symptoms, which I'll talk about in a minute. Was I was kind of yesterday, and it didn't last very long, but there was this thing of, I don't know whether I want to continue with my channel, because it's been a year and I just have 86 followers. And it's not that they're very interactive with me, and I was in that zone. I don't know whether, maybe even though I know that a lot of my channelings, my messages are way before any other, and I do check in from time to time. Those who have so many followers, they get those messages much later. And even so, I was feeling that, then why is my base not, my follower base is not increasing, and this, that, and not only that, I was feeling conflicted about certain situations, that should I say yes just to conform, where I would be slightly being fake. Hang on, I just need a sip of water. And I have really worked hard to, not only keep my energies clear, expand my aura and my gifts, but to come to accept myself, my light and shadow aspects, to find a harmony, peace, and balance in my life, in my day to day, in my week to week, in my month to month. I'm in a good space finally, because I have let go of toxic people, relationships, created a distance. I'm very happy being by myself, because I have so much to do. And even if not, I love chilling, I love meditating, I love watching cooking videos or making my own recipes, and doing my tinkering around, my pottering around. I love chilling. I love talking to those who I'm very very close to. There I'm not an introvert, but other than those few people I allow inside my inner circle, I have turned into an ambivert or an introvert, a hermit, a recluse, and I am not very looking forward to interacting with them. And I was wondering, what should I do? And till I came down to, I can say yes, play along, and see where it goes, and then come back, spend a lot of time clearing my energy or whatever. Or I can say no and just continue my life. The question was not which of this is the correct one. The answer was, what have you always been doing? And me being me, uh, I have already done the yes. Just because I am strong doesn't mean I need to go through those tests over and over again and burden myself with obligations which I'm not at all inclined for anymore. Sometimes to say yes to yourself, you need to say no to other people. Sometimes, if you have already learned those lessons, there's no need for you to go back. For me, it will be a new thing to actually just say no to a certain situation, but in another situation where I am not so sure, where I'm actually looking forward to meeting those people, I am choosing to say yes. I don't have to say no to everybody or yes to everybody, was one of the very big lessons, or not lessons, but epiphanies or clarity which I received after I purged yesterday. My camera seems to have gotten stuck. So let me just end with the physical symptoms and then I will sign off. If my camera starts, great. Some of the physical symptoms you may be going through, which I faced for a couple of days before the eclipse, was stiffness in certain parts of your body where there is still a little bit of old energy which is trying to leave. um, but when the new energy codes, the plasma light codes that are coming in, or the diamond one, or the rainbow, whichever one, whichever wave you are attracting, you might face head pressure, head aches, which is very sporadic and it shifts around a lot over the head. You cannot pinpoint where it is hurting. Base of your neck, shoulders. For a lot of you, you'll find your various chakras on different days. For me, it happened at different hours in a day. um, Root chakra, and then it was my solar plexus, then it went back to my sacral chakra, and then it was back to my solar plexus. And yes, constantly you'll feel, if you have done releasing and forgiving and letting go of painful memories and all of that, and letting go of grudges and all that, you'll find beautiful expansive energies in your heart and upper heart chakra. So it's pretty much your whole body, but at different times, different things. A lot of masculines, what they're going through is a lot of lower back aches and leg issues. They're getting a lot of nightmares. The family situation is kind of, those who are not listening, those who are not yet going with the flow, those who are not paying attention to the guidance, for them, their financial situation is getting very scrunched up, very negative situation from their perspective. Those who have chosen to go back to a defunct, non-functioning, broken relationship just because it was comfortable, just because it was known, just because whatever, they are now going to be made to feel very very uncomfortable with arguments and repulsion almost, and disdain and sharp words and all that happening over there, which is going to kind of come to a head with the full moon on 21st, full moon eclipse on 21st of this month, which is going to happen at 0 degree Leo. So yes, around that time, I'm going to go into a closet and or hide under a rock because I am a Leo. Second, my moon sign is a Taurian, and Uranus is coming into the house of Taurus. So, um, hmm, changes by galore in my life for sure after this a couple of months. So I don't know whether to be excited. Yes, I am excited, to be very honest. But yes, before the changes happen, the last few purges happen, it can mean anything. So I'm just bracing myself to be okay with whatever comes up and to remember not to react but to respond. So be careful, be aware of what are your symptoms and what your body is telling you. Where are you still carrying old pain or stagnant energy? Do you need to move more? Do you need to drink more water? Do you need more sunlight? What is it that you need that makes you feel good? The arrow to follow at this time is what makes me happy, what makes me feel more moving towards my soul's calling. Whenever you're moving towards your soul's calling, you will feel better. Even if you start off when you are tired, when you're doing that activity, it will refresh you, it will make you feel more rejuvenated. So my camera has still not started, and I just hope that at least the audio has got recorded. I'm going to leave you all with a lot of love and light, and I do intend to do a live stream after this, maybe tomorrow, if God willing. Because after that, I'm going to be focusing for a couple of days on some workshops of mine and get on then with my private readings. So these days I don't focus on date and time and stuff like that because it depends on the energy, and me being energy sensitive, I do have to honor my body, my and relax. The reason I can bounce back so quickly is because I really honor everything that my body tells me. So I do hope that you find guidance, um, and insight, and this audio or video, whatever you want to call it, helpful. It is a very productive time. So take your focus back on yourself, reset your goals with what now seems to be your truth. Take baby steps every day towards it. If you're having a bad day, rest, rejuvenate, retreat if you have to. Don't label things as losses or failures. Get over that mindset of yours. Just keep plodding on. Allow the changes to be brought by the universe because it is happening for your highest and best. It is. Miraculous things, serendipity, synchronicity, all of that is getting activated. Wonderful things are coming post this eclipse season. So just hang in there and we will celebrate our own version of New Year. If you feel that this video has helped you, and please, I will really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up because that keeps it in rotation in the news feed. So thank you all. Love